to pull some stuff up on screen so you can follow along. If you want to see what's on screen, you can just come over to my stream and watch it. So I'll just bring up some stuff on the WordPad. Okay, so the debate proposition is that either name the trait breaks the law of identity or name the trait's conclusion doesn't follow from its premises. Now, Footsoldier, do you agree that that is the debate proposition?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think
Okay.
I suggested that myself. So yeah,
you did suggest it. Now, I just want to say it one more time. So there is no way that you can weasel off of this once I corner you and make you look stupid. Okay, so the debate proposition is either name the trait breaks the law of identity, either it breaks law of identity, or name the trait's conclusion doesn't follow from its premises. That is the debate proposition. It is the disjunction of those two propositions, correct?
I hereby confirm the debate proposition.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to represent them with variables. So name the trait breaks the law of identity, we'll call that P. Name the trait's conclusion doesn't follow from its premises, we'll call that Q. Okay, so Footsoldier's position is that it's P or Q, right? That's what he's going to be trying to reach in this debate. Now,
I don't care about the P or Q thing. I just care about those two things.
Well, why don't you not cut me off? Okay, so my position is okay, well, I'm just going to, from this point forward, just talk over you if you do that. And this is why I didn't join your stream, because my stream will be able to hear me. Okay, so Footsoldier's position is P or Q, right? So just notice what my position is not the negation, right? So I'm not trying to defend not P or Q. Just like if I were debating a theist, I wouldn't take the position that God doesn't exist, because that saddles me with a burden of proof. I would just take the middle ground, which is just the unconvinced position, and I would resist the theist's attempts to establish the existence of God. So I'll be doing the same thing here. I'm just going to take the neutral position, and I'm going to resist Footsoldier's attempts to establish P or Q. Now, Footsoldier, you have some amount of arguments. So before we get into your arguments and examining them, I want you to tell me how many arguments you plan to deliver, because I know how you operate well enough to know that once I destroy all of your arguments, you'll start generating ad hoc nonsense. So I want you to state right now how many arguments you intend to use here. What are your arguments?
Yeah, I don't like this world poisoning which you're engaging in right now, and I don't think it's necessary to tell you how many arguments I have to present to you. I'm just going to discuss the case for why I named the trait breaks the law of identity or the conclusions don't follow.
Right.
And if you're not satisfied with that, then I don't know.
Well, that's going to be a deal breaker. I will not proceed until you state how many arguments you have, because what I'm not willing to do, right, is I understand how you operate. I know you're a dishonest person, and I know that once I corner you, there's a high probability that you'll start generating ad hoc arguments, right? So I don't want that to fool anyone. I don't want anyone to think that when you start pulling those arguments out of your ass, that you've actually had them all along, right? So I just want you to state how many you have. Now, I'll sit here and wait however long it takes for you to do that. And if you're not willing to do that, there's just no path forward. So how many arguments do you have?
So I don't know what exactly constitutes an argument.
A set of premises and a conclusion.
Why?
Sorry, wait. Did you just tell me that you don't... One second. Did you just tell me you don't know what an argument is?
You won't let me talk.
Wait, but you just said you don't know what an argument is. You understand an argument is a set of premises and a conclusion. I'm just wondering how many of those you have.
Dude, I'm just going to talk to you about the fucking argument.
No. I'm not having some rambling nonsense conversation with you. This is a debate, Footsoldier, and I expect that when you come to a debate, you come with arguments. I mean, you don't enter a debate where you have the positive claim and then not have an argument for your claim.
Dude, I have a fucking argument.
Okay, so tell me how many arguments.
I have an argument,
dude.
Yeah,
so how many are there?
I have an argument.
Right, so how many are there?
There's different parts of that argument. Right. I don't know how to quantify. I don't want to say an exact
that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I will sit here for however long it takes. I can sit here for 20 minutes. I'll just be nice and quiet, and you just count. And just let me know when you determine. Yeah.
Autism detected.
Okay, so I'm just going to, so do you just take a minute and just count how many arguments you have? You can take your time. It's totally fine. I'm not here to entertain everybody, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be a fun stream. I want to be a clear stream. So just take a moment and just count how many arguments you have.
Yeah, I have one argument then.
Okay. Okay.
A few different things within that argument. So I have one argument.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just, sorry, I had it set up here expecting a few. That's fine. Okay. So let's get that argument. So just give me your premises and your conclusion.
I'm not going to give it in that form. I'm just going to explain.
That's what an argument is. Wait. Are you telling me that you don't have a set of premises and a conclusion, and you're coming in here trying to do a debate where you establish a positive claim?
Okay, so this is like autism level 10 right now.
No, this is called what an... Hey, Footsoldier, what's an argument?
Why are we still on the meta? You're the one who doesn't like meta, and we're talking about meta. Like we're 8 minutes into it.
What is an argument?
Can we just get on with the conversation?
Look, I'm confused. At this point, I'm confused if you know what an argument is, right? Do you know...
actually have the conversation rather than talking about the conversation?
Wait. Do you know what an argument is?
Do you want to have a conversation rather than just talking about the conversation?
I'll tell you what an argument is. An argument is a set of premises and a conclusion. Now, as I said, before we begin the debate, I want to know how many arguments you have. And now you've told me there's one. So now I just want to know what your argument is, and then we'll get into debating, right? So just spell out your argument, just give me the premises and conclusion. And if you don't have a premises and a conclusion, even informally, we can formalize it here. That's not a problem if it's informal. If you don't have a set of premises and a conclusion, you literally don't have an argument for your position. Okay, so
yeah, dude, I have
what? Okay,
I have an argument.
Okay, and you understand. Wait, and you understand that. Wait. Not 1 second. 1 second. When you say that you have an argument, what an argument means is a set of premises and a conclusion. Do you have that? An argument means a set of premises. An argument means a set of premises and a conclusion. Do you have that, or do you have something that's not an argument that you're calling an argument? Do you have a set of premises and a conclusion? Do you have a set of premises and a conclusion? Yes or no?
Informally.
Okay, all right. So what are the premises? Just give it to me roughly what the premises and the conclusion are, right? So if it's just one argument, if it's not a build, then we know what the conclusion is, right? The conclusion is not, the conclusion is P or Q. Obviously, that's what you're trying to establish. So we know what the...
Dude, can we just have the conversation?
Right.
Can we stop talking about the conversation?
Have the conversation. So we know what the... No. Well, I want to actually establish what your argument is, right?
So you don't want to have the conversation?
Well, I want to establish what your argument is. What I don't want, you have to understand, Footsoldier, I don't want to get into some rambling nonsense with you. I want you to present a clear argument, and then I'm going to respond to your argument, right? If you are coming into a debate to establish the position that P or Q, then you must have an argument for the position P or Q. Now, since you've told me you just have one argument, and I know it's not a series of arguments, I know that the conclusion of the argument has to be P or Q, right? So is it fair to say that that's the conclusion?
Could we just have the conversation and stop talking about the conversation?
Right. Yeah, I will not talk to you about anything until you establish what your argument is. I'm not going to get into a rambling nonsense spree with you. I want to know what your argument is. So
okay, so if we want to establish what my argument is, then let's start the conversation rather than just
I want the premises and the conclusion. Is it fair to say that the conclusion is therefore name the trait breaks the law of identity, or name the trait's conclusion doesn't follow from its premises? I mean, obviously that has to be the conclusion of your argument, right?
Yeah, sure. Can we just have that conversation rather than talking about the conversation before we had the conversation?
Okay, well, we're talking about what your argument is before we discuss your argument, because I don't want to have some loose, rambling nonsense conversation with you, right?
Yeah, well, can I lay my argument down without you talking over me?
Well, we've got your conclusion here, so I just want to know what your premises are, right? So just lay those out. As long as you're doing that, we're good, and then we'll get into talking about it. But you have to actually lay out an argument.
That's amazing. So we can finally start then after that autistic introduction. Okay, so the problem I have with Name the Trait, as I've detailed in multiple videos at length, is premise one. So in premise one of Name the Trait, you say, you establish, I'll just pull up the argument. Hold on, I just need to pull up the argument. Can you paste a link in the chat to your formalized argument? I should have actually prepared that.
I mean, if you want me to go digging, but I just want you to understand that whatever you say, if I don't know how to condense it down to a premise, my response is just going to be, okay, but what is the premise? So, I mean, if that's going to frustrate you, I'm just warning you right now, right? Because
so you don't, you don't have the argument to hand, or should I just search for it?
Well, as I just told you, it'll take me a second to bring up. I was making a comment while searching for it.